So till yesterday we discussed about how to work with files, right? Like reading the data from a file or writing the data into the file or retrieving the properties of the file, like some information, size of the file or when it was created, or how to copy the file or delete the file, move the file, all this. Okay. So today what we'll do is we'll discuss about how to work with the folders. Okay, as like files, how to work with the folders, like creating a folder, copying a folder, or deleting a folder, moving a folder from one location to another location, or retrieving the properties of the folder, like size of the folder, or retrieving the files inside the folder or folders inside the folder, like that. Okay. So to work with the folders like this, all these activities, again we can use file system object only here. So as like we use it for working with files. In a similar way, same file system object can be used for working with the folders also. Then how do we work with the folders? We'll see with one by one activity. Okay. So first what I am doing is, now here I am creating the file system object here. Instance of file system object, say create object scripting dot file system object. Okay. Then what I need to do is, very first thing is, here this is my path. I need to create one new folder here. There are no folders exist in this now. I need to create a new folder. Then what I am doing is, to create the folder, first I am giving the path, the str path, and then where the folder has to be created in that path, and then I am giving the name of the folder. What is the folder name that I need to give? I am giving the folder name as test fold something. So this is the name of the folder what I want to create, test fold, and till here it is a path. Till here it is relative path, but when you give everything, that's the absolute path. Okay, you need to provide the absolute path of the folder, including where that folder has to be created and the name of the folder what you want to give. Okay. Then question is, now how do we create the folder? To create a folder, we use the method called FSO dot create folder. Okay, or FSO dot create folder. That's the method, right? So input for this is the path of the folder, where the folder has to be created, the absolute path of the folder. Create folder method is used to create the folder in the given location. So input for this create folder is absolute path of the folder, including the path, name also you need to provide. Then let's see, now let me execute this file. This is the file that we have created now, and when I run this, and I need to save this, it's not saved. You can see the folder has been created. Okay, by default empty folder will be created. Now if you run again, this folder is exist, right? Again it will execute create folder method. If I run the same file one more time, again it will execute create folder method. Then what happens if create folder executes? Now the given folder is already exists now. If I run this, what is happening here? It is throwing the error saying that the file, nothing but the folder. They have given a common error message here. It says that folder already exists, and you don't have any overwrite option. When you use create text file, what was happening? If the file was already there, it was overwriting. When you use create text file, if the file is already there, it was overwriting. We have seen that. But create folder will not overwrite the folder. If the folder is not there, it will create the folder. If the folder is there, it will throw the error saying that, okay, this folder is already exists. This folder already exists. You cannot overwrite the folder here. The reason why they have not given overwrite option for create folder is, when a file is overwritten, just that is only one file. but when the folder is overwritten, we don't know the impact. Inside folder, there could be lot of folders inside, there could be lot of files inside and all. So when you overwrite a folder, all the folders inside that, all the files inside that folder will be deleted automatically. That is the reason they have not given overwrite option for creating the folder. So create folder does not have any overwrite option here. Okay. So if the folder exists, then it will create, otherwise it will not, if the folder does not exist, it will create. If folder exists, then it will throw the error. Now what I need to do is, for my script, I don't want to see that error. What I need is, before I create the folder, first I need to verify whether the folder is already there or not. If the folder is already there, then just give me a message box saying that, hey, this folder is already exist. If the folder is not there, then your script has to create the folder. Getting what I am saying here? So if the folder is exist, then give me a message saying that the folder is already there. Don't throw the error. Give me a message. If the folder is not there, you create it. Then what I have to do here? First I need to verify whether the folder is there or not. That means nothing but folder is exist or not. Then how can I check that? How did we check for file? File is exist or not? We used something called file exist, right? File exist. So to check whether a folder exists or not, the method is folder exist. Okay. So script will be like this: if OFSO dot folder exist, then give the absolute path. Depends on what folder you are checking. If the folder exists, this returns true. If the folder does not exist, this returns false. Then what I am doing now? If the folder exists is false, then create it. If the folder exists, it may return true. So go to the else. If the folder is false, you create it. Else, give me a message box saying that given folder is already exist. Then run the script again, say that given folder already exists. Then let me do one thing, let me delete this. This folder is not there now, right? Then this time, instead of throwing that message, it will create it. So what's happening here? If the folder exists, it is giving the message. If the folder does not exist, then it is throwing the, it is giving the message saying that if the folder is exist, right? So that is what folder exist means for. Folder exist method is used to verify if folder is exist or not. It returns true or false. True means folder exists, false means folder does not exist. Okay. Now what I need is here, if the folder exists, if folder does not exist, you create it. If the folder exists, you delete it. What I am saying here, if the folder exists, you delete it. If the folder does not exist, then you create it. That's what my requirement is. Then what's the question here is, how can I delete the folder? We know how to check that, we know how to create it. If the folder does not exist, how to create, we have seen now. But if the folder exists, I need to delete that. Then how do we delete the folder? We can say OFSO dot delete folder. Method name is delete folder. This method is used to delete the folder, and input is path of the folder. Now folder exists, it will delete it, and does not exist, create it, and if it is exist now, it will delete, like this. So this is how you delete the folder. Now when you delete a folder, what happens is, inside that folder there could be some other folders or files or anything. Then when you delete a folder here, all the folders inside it all the files inside it will be deleted. So sometimes it could be some root folder for your, maybe all your works are there inside it, so that everything may get deleted. This is the reason why they have not given overwrite option, because inside everything whatever is there inside that folder will be eliminated when the folder gets deleted. Okay, so this is how you can delete a folder, or you can create a folder, or you can check whether a folder is exist or not. Then what I need to do now is I need to create one, I need to copy the folder from one location to another location. I need to copy the folder from one location to another location. Then what I do is, here let me create two folders here for location 1 and location 2. So location 1 and location 2. Okay, and inside location 1 let me create new folder. So I will give the folder name as maybe something called test, or anything that you can give. Inside this I will create some files. I'll just have some files you can create. Okay, so just have only few files here. Then you can also have some folders. Inside the folder you can have the folders. Something like that you have. Okay, then test folder is there here. This test folder I need to copy from this location, and then I need to paste it in this location. Okay, then so the question is here, how can I copy and paste it? FSO dot, how did we copy the file? We used the method called copy file, right? Copy file method is used to copy the file. To copy a folder we use the method called copy folder. Method name is copy folder. Then there are two inputs for this. One is source path. So you have to provide the absolute path. This test folder I need to copy, right? Give the complete path. str s source equals to this. Then str destination equals to location 2. In the destination also you need to provide absolute path. Okay, absolute path of the source, absolute path of the destination. Remember that the folder name in the source may not be mandatory. It's not mandatory that you have to give the same name in the destination also. In the source the folder name is test, but in the destination it's not mandatory to be same name. You can paste with a different name. In the destination you can give a different folder name also if you want. Okay, then so I have given here source and destination. Let me open the location in a different folder, location 1 and location 2 in a different window. Okay, fine. Let me run this. When I run this, you can see the folder has come in location 2. You can see that same folder it is. All the files, when you copy the folder, not just that folder, whatever the files and folders inside it, everything will be copied. So this is how you copy the folder from one location to another location. Now if I run the same script one more time, the folder is already copied. In the destination, whatever the folder that I want to paste, that folder is already there in the destination. If I run one more time, what will happen is it will overwrite. Okay, so when you copy a folder, the folder whatever you are giving, the destination whatever you are giving there, if in the destination, if the folder is already there with that name, it will overwrite that particular folder. Okay, so always you remember that. Then, so what you can do is, if you look at that, there is one more input available for this, something called overwrite. Okay, so if in the destination whatever I have given here, if the destination exists, do you want to overwrite, or if you don't want to, do you want to overwrite or not? If you want to overwrite, you keep as it is. But if you say that no, in the destination, if the folder is already there, don't overwrite it, then what you do is here, give as false here. If we give as false, what will happen? It throws the error saying that it's already exists, so it will not overwrite. If you give true there, then it will overwrite. Okay, it will overwrite. But default is true. If you don't give true or false there, by default it will take true there. Okay. So this is how you copy the folder. Then next is, I want to do cut and paste. Not copying, I want to do cut and paste. Then how do we do that? Same, how did we do for files? Move file. Similarly for folder, move folder it is. Okay. So what I am doing now is, I am deleting in location 2 the test folder. Okay. Then instead of copy file, what I am doing is, I will give move folder. Move folder. When you run that, if you open location 2, you can see that test folder is here. But if you open location 1, folder is not here. The reason why it is missing in the location 1 now, because we moved it. Moved is nothing but we did the cut and paste. So you have done cut from location 1 and then you pasted in location 2. So that's what move folder made for. Then what I'll do is, let me create one more folder in the location 1, same thing as test. Okay. Then if I run one more time the same script, now the source is there, I just created test, destination also there, right? Destination also is there now, test. When we are using copy folder, if the folder is already there in the destination, what it was doing, it was overwriting by default. Now I am not copying, I am moving it. See whether it will overwrite or it will not overwrite. It throws the error. When you are using move folder, if the destination folder is already there, whatever the destination that you have given, if the folder is already there in the destination, it will not overwrite, it will throw the error. You don't have any option to overwrite now. For copy only you get the overwrite. Even for the files also same thing. When you are using files also same thing. Copy file has got overwrite option, move file did not get overwrite option. Similarly, when you are copying the folder, you have the overwrite option, but when you are moving the folder, you don't have any overwrite option. That means that if the folder is already there in the destination, nothing but where you are pasting it. If the folder is already there, then it will throw the error saying that given folder is already there. If the folder is not there, it will paste it. If the folder is there, it will throw the error. Similarly, now whatever the source that I have given here, okay, in the location 1 is the source here. Okay, now the source is not available. Whatever the source that I have given, that source folder is not available. Then what will be the error? Saying that path not found. Nothing but whatever the path that you have given, that folder, source folder, that folder is not exist. Because in the location 1, no test folder is available. Getting what I am saying here? So when you use move folder, how it works? First it will check whether the source folder is there or not. Whatever the folder that you want to copy, that folder is there or not. That is the first thing that it will verify. If that folder is not there in the source, it will throw the error saying that path is not found. Okay. If the folder is there, then it will check in the destination. In the destination, folder is there or not. If the folder is there in the destination, it will throw the error. This folder is already there in the destination. If there is no folder in the destination, then it will paste it. So source file must be there, destination folder must not be there. If the source folder is not there, error. If the destination folder is there, error. Okay. So this is what move folder meant for. Okay. So this is how we delete the folder, or we create the folder, or we can copy a folder, or we can move the folder. So 4 methods. Clear? These are straightforward. You don't need to think of too much logic or anything. It's just a straightforward here. Okay. Along with these activities, whatever we have done, what we do is we have to retrieve the information of the folders. Information is like this. When the folder is created, when the folder was modified last time, how many files inside that, how many folders inside it, names of those files, names of those folders, and retrieving the size of the folder, like that. So one by one we need to retrieve. Okay. So in such cases, what we do is, when you want to retrieve the information about the file, what did we do that? What did we do first? First we accessed the file. How did we access? By using get file. We have used get file and we have given the path of the file, right? Then once we access the file by using get file, and whatever the variable we have used to store that file, using that variable we retrieve size of the file, date created, name of the file, things like that. Similarly, when you want to retrieve the information about the folder, what do we do is, okay, we need to retrieve the folder first. We need to access the folder and you have to store that folder in the variable. Then how do we access the folder based on the path? That's a question here. Write down the method. Method is get folder. Okay, method name is get folder. This method is used to access a folder to retrieve the information like creation date, modification date, or files inside the folder, folders inside the folder. So first you access the folder by using get folder method. Then once you do that, then that folder will be accessed and you can store it in a variable like we did for file yesterday. So say the syntax will be like this: set some variable ofold, something like that, any variable equal to FSO dot get folder, and provide the path of the folder, what folder you need to access to get the information. Then properties are like this: that fold whatever you have said, ofold dot size of the folder, ofold dot date created, ofold dot date modified, ofold dot name of the folder. All these are properties. Now what I need is I want to get the files or folders inside. Ofold dot files. We will see those methods. Ofold dot files. It will access all the files inside. Ofold dot subfolders. Not the folder, subfolders. Because folders inside a folder, main folder is called as subfolder, you can call it as. Ofold dot subfolders. It will access all the folders inside the given folder. Okay. We'll stop.